Hi and welcome to this overview of desktop software tutorial. So we're going to look at the desktop software and we're going to take an overview of it. As I say, this is going to be piece by piece chunks. So if we look at the desktop software here, there are a number of buttons at the top that we need to look at. The first one is the back office, and simply by clicking that, and I'll demonstrate that now, it will take you automatically into the back office rather than you having to log in every time. If we go further, we've got a Manage Settings button, and there you need to fill in, if you've not already done so, your LPA certificate provider details and the correspondence details. And basically once you've filled those in, then if you are the certificate provider, it will automatically put your details onto an LPA. Historic records are where you can bring a record back if you want to reuse it. So we've got Tim Hurd here. If you rang up and said, actually my name is Tom, then I can make that active by clicking on it. And what it'll do is it'll appear in my client instructions then. Tim and Tina Hurd there, and Tim and Wendy Hurd, and I can then click it to edit it. So I can bring back records from historic records. I can also import a couple of things, a bespoke clause, which we'll go through in more detail on another tutorial. And also, if I've got an office setting, I can bring in a client record from another colleague of mine who might be working on it. They're at lunch, I need to work on it, then I can retrieve their record using the Retrieve Client Instruction from Server button. We also have Parker's precedents there, which you can look through. And from there we can also check for any updates of the software. So they're the buttons on the top, and these buttons are the ones where we put in the information. And it's very, very self-explanatory. If we're going to enter will instructions, we use the will instructions. If we enter LPAs, we use the LPA instructions. There's a third-party company that use our software, and they have other documents that they provide. For example, things like Inter Vivos trusts, IPTs, things like that, and you can get that from Trust Docs. You need to go on their training course, but contact us if you want to do that. This button allows you to attach files, so that could be Audible or it could be photographs to a client instruction. And these are the two other buttons. The first one we use to identify a client instruction, and then if we want to send it to the back office, then we can mark it as ready. And then the next button, send instructions to back office, that allows us to send the instruction to the back office. So that's the overview of the back office. And if you now go on to the next tutorial, we'll start to break it down into more detail.